Welcome to Hackers' Misadventures in Scale Modeling. Today we're doing a book review. Now, on my Facebook page, I stated when this book come out, and I featured it, that I was going to get one. Well, I did get one. And boy, am I glad I did. This is a really excellent book. There. The camera was having a hard time with the red for some reason. Anyways, this is a book chock full of pictures of during construction and that. It starts with the XB-15, and then it went from there to model 299, which later became the YB-17, and we get into the B-17B, which I have the 1/72nd scale Academy kit of, which I'm going to do, but that kit needs some work, trust me. The only reason I got it was it's the only B-17B kit on the market. Anyways, it's full of nice pictures. Like the early YB-17 nose, bomb bays, in-flight pictures. Of course, there's one crash. We got the rear engine detail in the wheel well. Pictures of some YB-17s flying over New York City. Now, it has a picture of the lower gunner's position, the nose. Then we get into the B-17B, which I have. And it gets into some pictures. Now, the only thing I have with this is, and I know my B-17s when I'm doing my research, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a picture of the side blister from a B-17 CD. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because you can tell by that and this, and there's no bubble. The bubble was on the outside with a thing on the inside of the bubble. But as you see, there's a picture. Here, it shows you right there. See the bubble? There was one on the top, two on the side, and one on the bottom. Now, it's a nice looking bird. Look at that. It was a nice looking bird. But the problem was, as it became towards war, the British, let's see if I can find the picture of the British ones. You see, there's what I'm talking about. That's the CD. From the previous picture. They also got a bathtub now underneath, what they call a bathtub. Now, there's a good picture. You see the B through D had people in behind, seats in behind. Now, you didn't get that in the later models because that's where the upper turret mechanism would go, and they had to eliminate that. But as you see, there's the British one. Now, through Lend-Lease, British got what they call Mark I Fortress. They found it lacking in rear armament because there was a blind spot right here. And that was the chief complaint. So, Boeing went to work and gave us the B-17E, which had the new tail, upper turret, lower turret, and a tail gunner. See, there's the upper turret. There's the Sperry belly gunner position that we all know about, because that's says B-17. Nice color picture. Now, from what I knew, there's the shot of the cockpit. There's no seats in behind it now. Now, this is one of the faults of the B-17, E, F, and early Gs, is the fact that these windows were not staggered. They were behind one another. Now, if I can find the picture I saw, I mean, look at the pictures, production pictures, actual colored in-flight pictures. Then then we move on to the F, which is supposed to have even better improvements, better nose, clearer nose, and stuff like that. There's a famous picture. Now it says, if you read it, it says Skippy. It was lost in a crash over England on May 5th, 1944, but the crew survived. Production photos. Love production photos. It just shows you what it took to make a B-17 in them days. And they were turning them out. You couldn't turn with today's aircraft are made. You couldn't turn them out as fast as these people did back then. I'll have to look up the stats, but they were turning out B-17s left, right, and center. Nice picture of the bombardier's compartment. There's that clear nose that they installed. That was better than the E version. Let's go back here. Where's the E nose? There's a picture of the E nose here, and I can show you the difference. I've been through this book. I mean, trying not to drool on it. But it doesn't. See, there's the E nose. It's a little shorter, lots more panes. Where the other E nose, the F nose, is better. That's how you can tell the difference between the E and the F. Now, as we go through the pit, let's see if we can find that gunner's position. I saw it once earlier. See, just awesome pictures. There's a nice shot. Oh, I like this book. I'm really glad I spent the money on this book. I could sit for hours just drooling over the information it gives me. So there's a nice picture. Now there's a nice picture. Shows you what the interior looked like when they were putting it together. Again, it's non-staggered windows. Now, I know there's a picture of here. Now we're into the G's. The G was the one that we ended up with a nose turret. The early ones had the nose turret. Okay. A lot of them were retrofitted right on the production line with F's. See, here's a picture. Now, I could probably walk across that opening. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus. if the doors are closed. But if the doors are open, I don't think so. Yeah, it would probably scare me. I probably would have to go change my underwear. Anyways, we'll find that gunner's positioning. I know it's in here someplace. Look at the miles and miles of wire. Just to wire up a B-17. Look at that production. Look at the production photos. Look at how many. They changed the tail halfway through the G. They did some changes too. Now they put a different nose turret on. Okay, I mean, look at the pictures. Ah, here we are. Now, this is what it looked like, how crowded it was in a non-staggered waist gunner's window. They were each back to back, and often they would get into each other's way. Now, later models ended up with the staggered. Later Model Gs starting in says here starting in February 23rd, 1944, they started having staggered windows to make it easier on the gunners. Another thing that they put these plastic windows in it, but from what I understand reading this, that it was a good idea, but the windows had a tendency to crack or fog over or frost over. So then it says here they had staggered cheek guns. Starting in 44 to try to solve. You see, there's one that was built without cheek guns but were later grafted on, it says. That was to help solve some of the Luftwaffe tactics of flying straight into the aircraft. Boy, it must have been a surprise the first time they ran into one of these. I wonder how many pilots had to reassess their tactics once that happened. But you see, nice pictures. Nice picture of the bomb bay. But I think this one is taken today in a restored aircraft. The British used B-17s, but they were using them in electronic warfare role, I believe. I don't. Airfix makes a 1/72nd scale of that aircraft. I plan to get it because it's different. But you see, changing. They changed a lot. They changed the nose turret. There's a nice picture of the cockpit. Now, this is the restored model, but I'm pretty sure the interior is supposed to be a bronze green, but we'll have to look it up. There's very few colored pictures from that time period. Yeah, I like this book. Look at that. I highly recommend this book. It cost me $50, but it's well worth the money. It's going to take me several hours just to read through this. So get yourself a copy while they're still available. You can't find a better book. Well, there probably is, but not one like this. This is a written pictorial history of the B-17. One of my favorite aircraft. Anyways, that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed the book review. And remember, every model is an adventure. So go make it awesome. And we'll see you next time. And have a nice evening.